I have seen cases where people have not been able to withdraw their money because they have this thing called service overlap. So what is a service overlap? And I believe there are types of service overlap. If you can shed light on it and how to resolve it also most important.
Sure. So a service overlap is when you are working at two places simultaneously, or two places have contributed to your EPFO. Right. So according to EPFO or according to labor laws, you can only work at one place at a time. Right. Now there are few ways this could have happened. Right. You quit company A on the same day and you join the company B on the same day. Now practically it's possible that you work the first half over there and first half over there. And sometimes that also becomes a rejection reason, that on one day you are working at both the places, right? So that's most common. And sometimes if you give, a letter explaining EPFO what happens, and then adjoining documents, this gets, passed through, resolved. Another case is where employers might have made a mistake in updating your date of exit or date of joining. So you left something in Jan and joined something in Feb, but they made a mistake that by mistake, instead of Feb, they put Jan. So there is a 1 month overlap between both the companies. Right. Again, a very genuine case. Because of this, your transfers will be rejected, your withdrawals would be rejected.
Right.
But then you will have documents to prove otherwise. So you will have exit letter, experience letter, joining letter. All of these letters would have dates on when you joined A, when you exited A, when you joined B and exited B. Right. So pretty solvable problem. Right. The third kind is very interesting, where in COVID and in work from home culture, a lot of people started doing moonlighting. Right. And where two employers didn't know that they are working at both the places, and there are certain cases where both of them were contributing to EPFO.
My God.
Right. And there is no check in the EPFO system that would have raised a red flag that we should not allow this.
Okay, so it continued.
So it continued. Right. And then when the transfer needs to happen.
Okay, so for one person, two companies are contributing and EPFO is not able to spot it.
No. So getting money in EPFO, whether it's your EPS problem, whether it's overlap problem, whether it's any other problem, whether
checks and balances.
Father's name is incorrect, your name is incorrect, everything is allowed. If you are putting money inside EPFO, there are no checks. When you want the money back is where
then
everything is checked. Right. So in the overlapping case, right, if you have done moonlighting and there are overlaps between two companies and both of them have distributed, now then it becomes very difficult for you to prove where you worked, where you didn't work, right? One of that you might have to forfeit and another, but becomes very challenging to explain why there is an overlap. Right.
And no employer will support you.
No employer will support you, right? Why would they, right? This also becomes case when absconding employees happen, right? So you just stopped going to work at one place and then, continued working. In large corporations, by the time they figure out and process your exit, they will contribute for next 2 months or 3 months. And then you join somewhere else and that also started.
Right.
So if you abscond an employer and your date of exit is not properly updated, or if they have contributed to EPFO, both your company A and your company B money gets blocked. So everything gets frozen. Right. Then there are challenges around this as well, right? So just to give you an example, during COVID, a lot of people, because of what they did, one of a major IT company caught some of their employees doing moonlighting using this method. So using their EPFO records, they were able to see that, two companies are paying this, and then they asked for an explanation, and where there was genuinely no explanation, they let go of a huge number of employees as well. So it has its repercussions, right? But that's another case of overlapping.
Correct.
Point is, if you have worked, let's say 20 years, and there is 2 days overlap between any of your two companies, even then your entire money will be blocked. Not just for you, if something happens to you and the family wants to claim all of this also, then also it will get blocked. So it's not like, there will be something there, because employers won't support it if you have done something wrong, or if you have reached them 15 years later, that 15 years back this has happened. They're like, it's very difficult for them as well.
Correct.
Right? Which is where the checklist again comes in, that why it's important to make those special, because otherwise all your money will be locked.
Right.
You won't get even 10 rupees out of it.
And sometimes people, they don't serve their notice period and they simply stop going to office. Then what happens? Then exit becomes a challenge, no? And what if they start working elsewhere?
Correct. Which is where depends on the employer with whom they have done this, right? If they market exit and they stop paying the EPFO, things are okay. But if it's a large corporation especially, right, by the time HR department gets to know, by the time they process exit, right, they might have contributed for another 2 months, right? And then because this person didn't serve the notice period, he won't have the exit letter or experience letter or anything to justify that day. So in those cases, it's very, very difficult to get it done. It's
then their EPF money will be
locked.
gone.
Yes, their EPF money would be locked. Then at later stage,
and
they will
without
have to,
employer support, you cannot do anything in these
no, because you
cases,
won't have letters to prove that, right?
So no exit date, then obviously your joining date doesn't matter. And then you join elsewhere, then it's a new service.
It's a new company starts. So it can be done, but then again, it's a very long process where at maybe 5 years down the line, the employer would let it go and give you an experience letter with that letter. Right? So it can be done, but very, very, very difficult to resolve that particular thing.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.